On today's episode, I attempt to drive a 100,000-mile Harley Davidson from Pennsylvania to Georgia. A tech tells me that my transmission might be toast, and I hang out with Ed from VinWiki. Enjoy.
No surrender, no surrender. Yeah. You know that this right here forever.
Alright guys, so here's what's going on. I tried to fix that $400 bike we got from the auction. I failed. I tried to go up a couple years. I went up about 12 years. I tried to fix a 1997 Yamaha Seca 2 that actually I thought ran really, really well. I failed. I was gonna buy another bike. That didn't work out. A lot of failures. That's part of life. And I decided I'm gonna go with my it's a bike I've been trying to ride for a long time. I bought this bike a little while ago, not quite a year ago, and it's got 98,000 miles on it. It's a 2008 Harley Davidson CVO Road King. Really cool bike with tons and tons of miles. The previous owner loved this bike and would take a couple, like one or two really, really long trips every year. So I'm gonna leave tonight, try to get a couple hours in. Well, it's nice and cool. It's been brutally hot, 90s, 100s. It's like 70 something right now. So I'm gonna leave tonight, get as many hours as I can in, and just kind of enjoy the coolness of the evening. Ooh, smell hot dogs. I've made this trip a bajillion times. I've never actually done it on a motorcycle, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm pretty blessed to be doing it on this amazing Harley Davidson Road King, CVO Road King. So I've ridden a lot of Harley Davidsons, but never took a huge trip on a Harley Davidson. I'm pretty pumped. This is the American dream. I had a friend growing up, and his dad would pray every single time they would go anywhere in the car. No, I'm not that disciplined. I should be, and that'd be a good thing for me to start. But I do try to pray every time I go on a trip, and especially every time I go on a motorcycle trip. And dear God, thank you for blessing me with the opportunity to ride motorcycles and to be on this bike and to have a place to go. God, please keep me safe. Please keep the drivers around me safe. Please keep the people around me focused and not distracted. Keep me focused and not distracted. And thank you for sending your son to die on the cross for our sins. Amen. The road and the sky and the trees and everything was just so incredibly beautiful. The trip was starting out really, really well. A little too well for a trip that I'm actually on. Maryland! Goodbye, Pennsylvania. We'll see you soon. I've been on for 107 miles. I'm going to Winchester, Virginia. So I'm going to go through Maryland, just get into Virginia. And so I got 46 miles to go. I'll do it in 45 minutes. And I'm actually making good time. I'll get there before 9 o'clock. I'll grab some food, watch some TV, go to bed early, hit it hard in the morning. All right, now we're in West Virginia. Now that's the rare beast right there. Those things are worth big money. That guy's doing it right. All right, so our first problem is I don't have a headlight. I'm pressing all the buttons. I mean, and on a motorcycle like this, the headlight should always be on, no matter what. High beam, low beam, nothing. So, I mean, it's not a big deal right now, although everyone else has their headlight on. I got 21 minutes to get to where I gotta go, and it's getting dark quick. So, let's hope this works out.
it might be 17 minutes more to go, but you know what, it might be wise for me to get off as soon as I can. I'm looking behind me and all I see is headlights, and I would imagine if those headlights weren't there, I wouldn't be seeing much. So at a certain point I become a ghost and I want to be seen. Although I am wearing bright gear, headlights gonna do a pretty good job.
So I was trying to make it to Winchester, where I'd planned on staying at a hotel over there. And it was getting darker way faster than what I anticipated. And if I don't get off the road ASAP, I'm concerned I'm gonna get run over because you can't see me at all.
I'm gonna get off at the next place that the exit says there's a hotel. Hey Siri, take me to the closest hotel with a pool.
So as dire as the situation is actually getting, it's getting darker and darker and darker. I gotta pull over to a place. I need a hotel right now. I also need a hotel with a pool right now. So I decided to ask Siri, get me a hotel with a pool. And just like my wife, Siri is never wrong.
I hope this place is nice. Please be nice. Please not be that. Please not be that. Oh no. What? There's no place here. There's no place. This is not a hotel. I'm not sleeping here tonight. None of my lights work. Oh, okay, well, my brake lights work. Dang it. All right, we gotta get to a hotel quick. I am currently a ghost. No one can see me. I'm not gonna jump back on the highway like this. I'm not gonna sleep at a gas station. So let's go figure this out. What? All my lights are out. They're all out.
What are you going to use to mount that? I've got some tape.
Yeah, I got some tape too. I was just gonna use some of this.
That'll work.
Alright, so there's my new tail lights, temporary tail lights. Headlights, let's do it.
Well, I made it to the, I don't know, Quality Inn? Some type of inn. Made it to the inn, and the nice lady said I can park my bike here. She's like, you can park your bike right underneath the thing. I mean, they worked like, I didn't die. Totally kind of worked. Just turn them all off, save the batteries. Honestly, I'm sure the problem's a fuse. But I wanted a guarantee, okay, I need lights. I don't want to be like, put the fuse in and the fuse blows when I'm on the highway and I have nothing else to do. So I kept the lights on my bike even though it was light outside. I don't really need lights, but when you're getting to the mountains, the fog and temperature and then the climate, everything can change really, really fast. But it started getting foggy. I'm glad I had those lights on.
So we just passed the exit for Harrisonburg. And it's still a little chilly, but you can tell that the temperature's changing, the heat of the sun's coming in. I can't wait to start just sweating and being hot. That's what I'm prepared for. I got this light jacket, it's vented. I'm all ready to be driving a hot bike on a hot day.
If you ever get a chance to take a ride like this, a big cross-country ride on a Harley, and pretty much any motorcycle, you know, I mean, definitely do it. Go out of your way. And even if you don't get the chance, make the chance. Create the opportunity. Go out of your way to, you know, rent a bike or do something. It's not very expensive, but it's really, stuff like this really does create those memories that you're gonna have for the rest of your life. Man, I wish you guys could see what I'm seeing. The GoPro battery died, so I couldn't show you the last like 20, 30 miles. I feel like I didn't really get into this trip until about like 500 miles into it. And now I'm loving it, man. Like I'm not, you know, for a while I'm trying to get comfortable, but now I got like that second wind, and I was supposed to stop like, I don't know, 50 miles ago, but I just wanted to keep on going. Just going up and down these mountains. There's not like a straight part in this thing. It's all curves, and and there's hardly any cars on here. It's beautiful. All right, we just got out of Subway. Need a sub and a cookie. The cookie was amazing. And then I see this underneath the bike. I don't know if you can see that. And it looks like we got ourselves an old-fashioned oil leak. Yep, primary cover. Let me check the oil. See if it's at a good level. Well, it looks like we're not low. Should probably throw some in there though. I'm also seeing that there's oil residue on the back of my bags, on the back of my bike, on the side of my tire. Well, that's not good. I need to make sure I don't take any low right-hand corners. There's a lot of good places on your motorcycle that you want to have oil. The back of your tire is not one of those. But we got to press on.
It's getting cold. Why is it getting cold? It's in the hottest part of the summertime. Ooh. I'm gonna get some oil for the Harley Davidson because I don't want to blow the engine up. That's one of the two problems, one of the three problems. I need oil. There's oil on the right side of my tire, which concerns me. I'm taking it easy, go turn it right, and it's continuing leaking oil. You can see it just coated right on the side of that tire. So let's grab some oil for this thing. There we go! The volunteer state, that's what it's called? The great state of Tennessee. Tennessee's the volunteer state? What does that mean? They're just volunteering and doing a lot of volunteering? So I spent about 5 years living in Georgia, and most of the parts of Georgia that I lived in were like this. It really is a beautiful place. It was a great place to live. I went to college here. I did a lot of my first things here. I met my wife here, and when I come back to Georgia, it's like coming home. Georgia also has these little towns all over the state, and they all look like this. They're beautiful, huge, big, awesome houses. For some parts of Georgia, this is what they call city life. They're like, this is city life for us. Yeah, I live in the city. I wanted to stop at Fort Peanut to get some boiled peanut and a cherry cola. They were not open at this particular moment. I'll swing by tomorrow, see if they're open then. The old 100,000 mile Harley. Well, it's not 100 yet, but it's at 99419. The almost 100,000 mile Harley. Did it with no problem, except the lights don't work anymore, and it leaks a considerable amount of oil, including it gets oil on the rear tire. Only on the right side though, so I can take
I can take left-hand turns pretty quick. But I'm here. Now I gotta get this thing fixed. Hey, my name is Sean. I am a traveler from Pennsylvania. And my 2008 CVO Harley Davidson had some issues on the way down. I'm leaking considerable amount of oil from my primary cover. That's starting to get on the back wheel. And also, all my lights are just completely out. So the trip went amazing. I made it to Dahlonega. It was great. When I called Harley Davidson, I did make sure to let them know that I was a traveler. When they find out that you're a traveler and that you have a destination, they're gonna put you, they might put you in front of some other people, and because they know that you need to get someplace, so they kind of give you special treatment. It's one of those cool things that Harley Davidson does that not everyone knows about. All right guys, so it's the next morning. I'm gonna load my stuff back up. I got on the phone with Frazier's Harley Davidson in Beaufort, Georgia. And I'm gonna bring this thing over to them. They said they can fix it. I don't know, they said the electrical might be a bigger deal than what I think it is. I'm gonna tell them if they can't fix it within an hour, don't worry about it. I'll figure something else out. I can do electrical stuff. So let's run over there. Let's get this bike fixed. We made it, y'all. How's it going?
Good, yourself?
Good.
Headlight not working?
Yeah, that's not working. It's also leaking a lot of oil.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird for a low mileage Harley Davidson. So while I'm at the Harley Davidson dealership waiting for them to work on my bike, this guy who works there comes up to me and kind of does a double take and looks at me and he's like, Sean? And I'm like, Dad? Nah, I knew it wasn't my dad. And we find out that this is the guy that we gave a motorcycle to a year ago. You want a 99 Dyna Super Glide.
Oh my goodness. I love Dyna.
He was the winner of the 99 Dyna. From what he told me, I remember, oh yeah, this went to Beaufort, Georgia, and he worked at a Harley dealership, but I had no idea that we were at that Harley dealership. So he was super excited. He showed me pictures of his bike. He took me out to the Cracker Barrel, which kind of, you have to go to the Cracker Barrel on any type of road trip. It's just kind of the law. I think he may have, he pushed my project along a little bit. It was awesome. It was amazing. It was super cool to meet him. So back at the shop, the technician is ready to show me the diagnosis of the Road King. So where's it leaking from?
Yeah, up inside right here where your belt pulley comes into your transmission.
Okay.
So you got your inner primary's got to come off, the whole primary's got to come off, probably your belt pulley system, you got a main seal. You have a 6-gear main drive there. If those bearings ain't no good, then we're going to have to gut the whole transmission and redo it all. But,
okay,
but this could just be seals all the way around.
Okay, so best case scenario, it's seals. What's that run?
I have to put it all together, they're about $500-600.
Okay.
Seals and labor time.
Would that, any chance that's going to get done today?
We could get it done by probably close to the end of the day because we're already in the late afternoon.
Oh, okay.
And we got Sturgis travelers we're still working on right now.
Okay. That's best case scenario. You might find stuff when you get in there.
Right.
And if you find stuff when you get in there, it's probably not getting done today, is it?
Oh, yeah. Busted up.
Oh, the bulbs are out?
Yeah. We'll double check this harness, make sure everything's good. Okay,
because the taillight was also out.
You got taillight out too?
Yeah, like they were all out. Like nothing. Like the brake lights work, turn signals work.
Okay, well that right there, we'll just take this cover off. That's probably the incandescent bulb in there.
Oh, so I had 3 filaments that were actually out?
Yeah, you look at
That's
it,
crazy.
You look at the problem with incandescence and loud pipes is decibel level blows the secondary incandescence out.
Really?
So it's always best to change over to LED.
Oh.
And we do it on the new 19s and everything now because the bigger and louder the pipes. If you ever notice your incandescence in the front rarely ever blow out, it's always the ones in the rear for some reason.
Interesting. Really?
That's because decibel levels out of the exhaust.
Honestly, I'd probably be happy with quieter pipes, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, cool guys. I appreciate all your help, and I'll just be hanging out there.
Yeah, we'll get you going. Man.
Awesome. You guys are the best. So there you have it. The bike's 100% perfect. Nothing wrong with it. Just like he said. Got another couple 100,000 miles left. So a couple hours later, Harley Davidson got me back on the road. I was kind of in a deadline. I had some place to be. They definitely worked around that. It was really awesome. We decided not to fix the leak. we all decided it'd be better if I just manned up and stopped complaining about the leak. The leak ended up being the shifter seal. They cleaned everything up. I was back on the road. All right, guys, I'm over here. Meeting with my friend.
Hey, guys.
You guys recognize him? We're just filming some videos and just having a good time in Georgia.
That's right. Welcome. Appreciate you coming out and sharing some stories.
Yeah, thanks for showing me stuff. Let me show you guys his cool car. He's got the coolest car collection. Actually, here's part of the coolest car collection right here. So I got to film some awesome car stories with Ed from the VinWiki channel. If you guys have not heard of the VinWiki channel, if you just like stories, just a good quality story, go check out the VinWiki channel. It's a great channel, a lot of fun. So because the original plan of this whole trip was for me to drive a $400 bike down, and then I was gonna either sell it when I got to Georgia or give it away, the plan was for me to always drive back with my wife to help her out with the kids and, you know, yelling and stuff like that. But since those bikes didn't work, I ended up driving my Road King. I was not at the point I wanted to sell it or give it away. I had to come up with another way to get this thing back home to Pennsylvania. I really hope I didn't accidentally show up here on an auction day. If that's the case, it's not gonna be good. So I'm sitting here out in front of Atlanta NPA. Let's get the bike checked in. It's gonna get shipped to Pennsylvania. And that pretty much wraps up my bike trip. The rest is all going to be in a car. I had a lot of fun. The bike ran great. Had if you guys are wondering what it costs, I know there's a big misconception when it comes to, maybe not a misconception. I know the idea is that you take your bike to Harley Davidson, it's going to cost you a lot of money every time you take it there. The problem I was having was I had a big oil leak, and I had none of my lights were working. The first thing that they said, they were like, well, this might be a big electrical thing. It might take a long time to figure it out. And I was like, well, if it's a major thing, don't do it. Just fix it if it's minor. And then when it came to the oil leak, before they looked at it, they were like, well, it might be a bunch of seals, it might be this, it might be that. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm sure it might be a lot of things. Just what is it? Once they cleaned everything off and looked at it, they said it's no big deal. It's just the shifter gasket. That's what it's leaking from. So, when all said and done, my bill was $54.35. And they also did a recall on it. They did a brake recall, and I asked them, I'm like, well, is that necessary? Do I have time for that? They're like, well, what happens is this little valve or something like that needs to get replaced. I'm not sure. I don't know. But what happens when it goes bad is you just can't. You cannot pull that front brake. It just locks up. You can't pull it at all. So I'm glad I got that done. That's another good reason to take your bikes to the dealership to get it serviced. No one else can do a recall for you, and it's free. You know, it's like someone fixing your bike for free. You can't beat that. So that wraps up my trip. Next, now I'm gonna go get my kids and then head back to Pennsylvania. I think my Uber just showed up. Are you my Uber? Does the window not work?
Huh? Well, I was gonna go around.
Are you my Uber? All right.
I'm not used to this camera rolling all the time.
Get used to it, woman.